He in the mind and that we lived not as misery, but as a spirit that changes, does controlling yourself, spiritual liberation. It's the beginning of new life in Christ. Tired of living thoughts that paralyze you, control you, or by work against you until the end. Because maybe to true talk, the enemy is always out. The problem is that complicated, that seemingly impossible. But Jesus looked beyond that. He's inside people, and that's exactly what he taught. Of the mind, silence, seeks us because it's in the mind begins. Doubt, fear are born. Faith is born when you don't control you, but realizing of a Jesus teach morals or to reveal a freedom. Upon your thoughts, Bible becomes the key. Everything that tries to from within, according to his feeling, learn your thoughts, think without feel with, and they by voice to God. Way is taught, and this will realize that the isn't out there. And only when you understand true with Christ, this life that most people overlook. Especially at this moment, that he shows us how to through prayer after being back spirit into the desert 49. And the rest of that void, the attack came, not physical violence, words, with thoughts. The tempter came, whisper of God, stones into reasonable, right? He had the power, but Christ knew something. Seems like it really is yours. Tempt and scream, panic. He said with the word, man shall not live, but by every proceeds. And it was that the enemy realized it will not be dominated. Because how to discern, he knew the difference between and the voice of death is the secret. Negative. He didn't pretend with prayer, with, and while he was the thing even more profound was just about resistance, purification. It was inner silence, not a prayer. When you learn, you discover something powerful. Your mind can be your or and it all depends on speak first. Many people really truly understand. Heart come evil thought. Heart here. It's the center of your. It's where your and Christ around you. Power of the mind, faith are feeling, fiction born later wrote formed by the mind. It's a when your mind it becomes a portal between through it wisdom, discernment, eliminated resentment and bitterness. But you don't feel, but you don't understand. God, but He seems far away. That purifying your mind and heart, it's essential. Those who live by faith, who live by, because miracles, those who doubt inside, to those who believe, and belief begins. Think about it. How many times the blessing convinced you it wasn't for you? Times has fear of God's promise. When you no longer listen, and the truth is what truly. There was a violent storm on the sea. The disciples, the waves, the boat, in any situation. They spared. Stood up. Beast. Wind stopped. Calm. Silence. Disciples stating questions. Fearful. Just a disciples. Thoughts are but when you learn form thoughts, everything changes. Didn't deny reality. Storm to dig. This is the spiritual self-control. Forgotten. You'll focus. Problem. Now, if with you, please subscribe to the truly. There's much more. You know what's fantastic? Just never act. He always acted purposefully. He kept a clear mind. Talent. It was spiritual. Because Jesus self-control. Superheroes. People who today tends to go do forms. Here's people live by. He didn't just teach. He taught. Watch and Gethsemane. And most the second part. But watch. Why? Because you if you're to be attentive, observe your thoughts, come to understand the battle of the mind. Second, when you wake up in the morning, conflict, when you resist. In these moments, who, God or chaos, this, he with the Father in prayer, guarded his own. He didn't let pressure, the crowd, or the define his or his steps. It's the forgotten message you need. Proverbs 4. Keep your intelligence of life, the center of your thoughts. If you don't guard and get in, you can set in. Over. You live instead of in survival mode instead of. But when you what Jesus taught, effort by spirit, everything from the inside that has a unique characteristic. There are no distractions, no noise to escape. Beside you, exactly why the Spirit took Jesus, not to destroy him, but to prepare him. Christ faced something more powerful. Meditation as not by fighting, firm in the temptation that came, he responded with unshakable faith. Meditation isn't about emptying the religions teach, filling it with God's truth. It's about repeating his promises until they begin. Then your faith is about with the word. Jesus was a master of scriptures, and because of this, deceive him. Now think how many times your own deaths of loneliness, pain, uncertainty, and instead of using that time wisdom, piety, you let fear, you let despair. There's another way. The desert or end, beginning, where you truly your mind, where you see you are and decide to be. The desert, God's when he speaks, solution calms. So something revolutionary to form to be trans renewing of your real transformation begins mind word and out. The Christian mind